Poco X3 Pro is a mid-range device that's all about bang for your buck, just like its predecessor, the Poco X3 NFC, and the Pocos all the way back to the original F1. The X3 Pro is quite similar to the NFC, both looks-wise and feature-wise. The design is pretty much identical, with the distinctive stripe accents and the large Poco logo. The back and frame are made of plastic, and the finish looks nice. The horizontal camera bump is another unique touch. The X3 Pro fits nicely in hand, but it's not the slimmest or most lightweight offer around. Although it's plastic, the phone doesn't feel cheap, and you do get IP53 rated dust and splash resistance just like last year. Compared to the previous model, the biggest upgrade you'll find on the X3 Pro is the chipset. It's the new flagship-grade Snapdragon 860, built on the 7nm process. It's actually very similar to the Snapdragon 855 Plus of 2019's flagships. Although it doesn't offer 5G connectivity, performance is much better than the Snapdragon 732G in the Poco X3 NFC. And actually, it blows all of the mid-range processors out of the water. CPU and GPU performance are stellar, and every bit flagship-worthy. This is probably the most powerful phone you'll find in this price range. And thanks to an adequate cooling system, you can play games without worrying about overheating and throttling. Another small upgrade over the X3 NFC is in the storage options. You can have more storage on board, 128 or 256 gigs, and that's still expandable through a hybrid slot. Pretty much everything else about the X3 Pro is the same as last year's model, except for the cameras, but I'll get to that in a bit. For example, you get basically the same screen here. It's a 6.67-inch IPS LCD with a 1080p resolution and fast 120Hz refresh rate. There is Gorilla Glass 6, not 5, on top though. The fast refresh rate adds some extra smoothness when swiping and scrolling, and this is adaptive. It will go down when you're not interacting with the screen. There's also a fast 240Hz touch sampling rate for extra responsiveness. There is one thing we noticed on the X3